Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about principle of reversibility of light. According to principle of reversibility of light, the path of light is reversible. That means after reflection or after refraction, suppose the ray of light is reversed in direction, then it retraces in its original path. That means you can observe this ray diagram. I am going to consider two medium 1 and medium 2. Medium 1 is having refractive index N1 and medium 2 is having refractive index N2. XY is interface which separates two media and Mn is normal, the line which is perpendicular to the surface. Let us consider the ray of light is traveling from medium 1 to medium 2. Here what happens? Initially the ray of light is traveling in medium 1. So it is having refractive index N1. When it enters medium 2, because of different optical density, speed of light changes. So bending phenomenon takes place. So bending phenomenon means refraction of light takes place. In this diagram, PQ indicates incident ray. QR indicates refracted ray. Now, according to principle of reversibility of light, suppose if this refracted ray is reversed in a direction, if it is reversed, then you can observe here, it retraces the same path but in opposite direction. Again it is moving in the original path. Initially, PQ is taken as incident ray and QR is refracted ray. When it is reversed, RQ becomes incident ray and QP is acting as refracted ray. As we already know about angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Angle of incidence is angle between incident ray and normal. Angle of refraction means angle between refracted ray and normal. Right? Now, suppose the ray of light is reversed, then this R becomes I and I becomes R. That means QR is initially refracted ray, but when it is reversed, this RQ becomes incident ray. So, R is acting as angle of incidence and I becomes angle of refraction only when the ray of light is reversed in a direction. Right? So, now you can observe the equations. When the ray of light travels from medium 1 to medium 2, when the ray of light is traveling from medium 1 to medium 2, then according to Snell's law, what it states Snell's law? It is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction remains constant and that constant is called refractive index. That is sin I divided by sin R equal to N. And we already know about how to write the refractive index. Always we have to write second medium first, then first medium. That means first we have to write second medium N2, then N1, N21 or N2 divided by N1. So according to Snell's law, now we can write sin I divided by sin R equal to N21. Let us take it as equation number 1. Remember, this is PQ is incident ray, QR is refracted ray here. This is first case. Now in the second case, it means when the path of light is reversed, the ray of light travels from medium 2 to medium 1 after reversibility of light. Now what happens? It is traveling from medium 2 to medium 1. RQ is incident ray and QP is refracted ray. Now we can write the equation. You can observe Snell's law here. I am going to write sin R. In the second case, R is acting as angle of incidence. So the equation becomes sin R divided by sin I equal to N12. So second medium is N1. First medium is N2. So the equation becomes N12. So this equation is reversed here because the ray of light is reversible. Now we got equation 1 and equation 2. Multiply equation 1 and 2. So multiply these two equations. Sin I by sin R into sin R divided by sin I. This is LHS. equal to n21 into n12. Here sin I and sin I will get cancelled. Similarly sin R will get cancelled. Remaining is only n21 into n12. Or it can be written as n21 equal to n12. If it goes to this side, it will go to denominator. So n21 equal to 1 divided by n12. Then what it indicates? What is n21? n21 indicates that refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. And n12 indicates refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. So that means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to the reciprocal of refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. So this is all about principle of reversibility of light. So what it states? According to the principle of reversibility of light, the path of light is reversible. If it is reversed, then again it retraces its original path. This is all about principle of reversibility of light. Now we can move towards lateral shift. This lateral shift takes place because of refraction of light. That means the ray of light is laterally shifted. How the light is laterally shifted, that we can understand using this ray diagram. Observe this ray diagram here. I am going to consider a parallel sided glass slab A, B, C, D. This is a parallel sided glass slab. Glass is a transparent medium. And this slab is having thickness T. Thickness of the glass slab is denoted by T here. And this glass slab is kept in the atmosphere. So outside the glass slab there is a air medium. Let us consider the ray of light is traveling from air to glass medium. That means rarer medium to denser medium. Rarer to denser. Low density medium to high density medium, speed of light decreases, refraction of light takes place and it is bending towards normal. Now let us consider PQ is incident ray. Initially this light is traveling in rarer medium, that is air medium. Now it is traveling from air to glass. This AB is upper surface. This is acting as an interface which separates two media. When this light enters glass medium, because of different optical density, speed of light decreases, so it is bending towards normal. PQ is incident ray and QR is refracted ray. Then MN is normal. And I indicates angle of incidence, R is angle of refraction. Suppose in the absence of glass slab, if there is no glass slab, then the ray of light has to travel in a straight line because it has rectilinear propagation. It has to travel in a straight line because of glass slab, the ray of light is refracted. This is angle of refraction. Then what is angle of deviation? That is angle between refracted ray and the direction of incident ray. With how much angle the ray of light is shifted here. That is given by angle of deviation D. Now, again this refracted ray QR is going to fall on lower surface of the glass slab, that is CD. When it falls on lower surface CD, again one more time refraction of light takes place. Initially the light is traveling from air to glass. Now it is traveling from glass to air. Rarer to denser, refraction takes place. Again now it is traveling from denser to rarer. One more time refraction of light takes place because of two surfaces. When this light QR falls on second surface CD, one more time refraction of light takes place. But here it is traveling from glass to air, that is denser to rarer medium. Speed of light increases, so it is bending away from the normal. Right? It is bending away from the normal. So this is also refracted ray, or we can call it as emergent ray. So RS is emergent ray because it emerges out of the glass slab. QR is refracted ray, it is bending towards normal. PQ is incident ray and it is initially traveling in air medium. So how many times refraction takes place here? 2 times refraction of light takes place. Initially from air to glass, then from glass to air medium. Now you can observe this ray light has to travel in a straight line. But because of glass slab, it is shifted here. The light position should be here, but now we are getting at RS. It is laterally shifted. Why the ray of light is laterally shifted? Because of refraction of light. So lateral shift takes place only because of refraction of light. Remember, refraction of light takes place only because of change in its speed. And speed of light changes because of different optical density. Now, let us draw the line RT. This is the perpendicular line between emergent ray and the direction of incident ray. This perpendicular line gives lateral shift. So here PQT, it is the direction of incident ray. RS is the direction of emergent ray. The perpendicular distance between them is called lateral shift. So what is lateral shift? When a ray of light passes through a parallel sided glass slab, the perpendicular distance between the emergent ray and the direction of incident ray is called lateral shift. So what is lateral shift? When a light is traveling from air to glass medium, or when it passes through a parallel sided glass slab, the perpendicular distance between emergent ray and the direction of incident ray is called lateral shift, and lateral shift is given by the equation Ls equal to T into sine of I minus R divided by cos R. Ls indicates lateral shift, T is thickness of the glass slab, I is angle of incidence and R is angle of refraction. So this is the equation for lateral shift. Just I will give you an example for lateral shift. Let us take a pencil and just dip into a glass of water, how it appears. When we put a pencil in a glass of water, it appears to be bent. So it is bending. It appears to be bending. But really it is not bending. It is all because of lateral shift. And lateral shift takes place because of refraction of light. Similarly, now we can move towards normal shift. Again, a normal shift takes place because of refraction of light. How the object is normally shifted, that we can study here. Again, I am going to consider an object O. This object is kept in the denser medium. When we kept this object in the denser medium, let us imagine from this object 3 radiations are emitted. When 3 radiations are emitted, you can observe initially all these 3 radiations are traveling in the denser medium. Now they are entering another medium, that is rarer. As we already know that when the light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, automatically speed of light increases, bending of light takes place. We know that the ray of light is bending away from the normal because speed of light is increasing. In general, refraction of light takes place. So what we are going to consider here, O is object. This object is kept in denser medium. From this object 3 radiations are emitted and these 3 radiations are traveling from denser to rarer medium. XY is interface which separates 2 media. When it enters rarer medium, refraction of light takes place. They are bending away from the normal. This ray of light has to travel in this direction. But here bending of light takes place. And the second light radiation is traveling in a straight line because it is undeviated. Remember, at normal incidence, always the ray of light is undeviated. It is not deviated here. It is simply traveling in a straight line. Now here, let us imagine the observer is standing here. For the observer, Suppose the observer is here. For the observer, how the ray of light is appear? This ray of light appears to coming from the point I, not from the point O. For example, if I am standing here, for me, this ray of light appears to be, that we can imagine the ray of light is appearing or it is coming from the point I, not from the point O. Similarly, when I am standing here, when I am observing this ray of light, it appears to coming from the point I, not from the point O. Now, for me, this ray of light is at point I. The object is at point I, not at point O. It is normally shifted. For example, if I am going to take a coin, that coin is dipped in a bucket of water. When I am observing that coin normally, how it appears? That coin appears to be rising up. That coin appears to be rising up because of normal shift. Right? Because of refraction, this object appears to be rising up. We can imagine maybe the object is here, but it is not really here. It is its real position and I is its apparent position. So why it appears at point I? It is only because of refraction. You can observe here, when the observer is at these two positions, for the person, this ray of light appears to coming from the point I. Now the point I is taken as the object, but it is not the real object. It is the apparent position of the object. So this is called normal shift. It is normally shifted. How to define normal shift? The apparent shift in the position of an object placed in one medium and viewed normally from another medium. The apparent shift in the position of an object. Apparent means not real. It is virtual. It is just your assumption. The apparent shift in the position of an object placed in one medium and viewed normally from another medium. The person has to observe this object from the another medium normally, then it appears to be shifted. So this is called normal shift. So what is normal shift? The apparent shift in the position of an object in one medium and viewed normally from another medium. This is called normal shift. Normal shift is given by the equation n is equal to t into 1 minus 1 divided by n. Again t is what? Thickness of the given medium. N means the ratio of real depth to apparent depth. So the equation is n is equal to t into 1 minus 1 divided by n. This is the equation for normal shift, and the example for normal shift is when we put a coin in a glass of water, it appears to be rising up, and it all because of refraction of light. Remember, lateral shift and normal shift takes place because of refraction of light. Example for lateral shift is when we put a pencil in a glass of water, and example for normal shift is when we put a coin in a bucket of water, it appears to be rising up, and this is because of refraction of light.